All right, so rant again. Just kind of, I guess, ranting, venting, whatever you want to call it, about how the whole truth movement from inception, from what has already kind of been paved out with this John Birch rhetoric propaganda that um, um, it's a form of treason, because that's what they're a subversive group that's overthrowing the government, or at least the current conditions. Now, uh, so Alex Jones admits that he's an agent of the JBS, the John Birch Society, and then he also tells us the history of the family ties of Trump's in that involvement with the JBS, and that basically all of this left wing propaganda of fearmonger propaganda, I'll say, um, um, spun by, I guess they would call this gray propaganda, because you don't know where it's coming from. Um, uh, this far right society. It's a far right society. So, in one minute he says that Trump isn't in a secret society, but I guess it's not secret. Maybe that's what he means. But he's in a society nonetheless. In the agendas and loyalties, in I guess we're talking about this. It's supposed to be a major conspiracy. So we're talking about, you have generals in play, you have judges, lawyers, the good old boys or whatever, in all these positions of power. And, they're, of course, held hostage to that belief system, or that forms of propaganda, being small wave radio, books, media, whatever. So they have their, and then of course belief systems. Going to that, we'll talk about the Bible and the impact that Zionism controls a huge chunk of fucking that shit. But um so Zion, you got your Zionists, and then your JBSs, your libertarians, and it all goes back to Rockefeller, because he's I could give you the maybe a little later I'll come back in here and I'll give you some videos to look at for yourself, because I know we're all visual people, and it's whatever. So that's what I'm just coming in here talking about, the John Birch Society, and how who's connected to it, in that the John Birch Society, they're the terror group, the low-key cabal terror group, the Zionist dudes, the propagation. And Alex Jones is, well, there's Pat Buchanan, there's a whole bunch of players that play into these conservative propaganda outlets. So, and when I mean propaganda outlets, we'll talk about technology later, but okay, so so that's all. I don't really have anything. I haven't been studying, because, like I said, I've just been studying, because what do the John Birchers talk about all day? They talk about fucking what type of conspiracies? And then and then you go back, right? And so what the John Birches are doing for Trump and all of them, they're pushing towards to destabilize the government because these motherfuckers are some sick John Birchers because they believe in healthy poverty. So they like calamity. It's healthy. So like I said, it's very easy to talk about points from attacking the left, right? But the hypocritical part of like, and that's the great part is like you see all these like Alex Jones right now as they're creating their austerity, or I mean I don't even know what to call it, austerity, but their national emergency is just a trip. So I would suggest you check out behind the scenes of the John Birch Society. And Alex Jones is on record, of course, shooting himself in the foot about the whole situation. You just got to dig, and you just got to know where to dig, I guess. Got to know where the bones are buried. So, God, that's just your homework for right now. Just go and check out the John Birch Society and its fake pseudo front of conservatism or patriotic stuff. And it goes even back to a lot of these fucking books, or even the shit I spew here. They talk about this world conspiracy as a police state. I wouldn't even call it a police state, but I don't know. We'll get to that later about the John Birch Society. So that's all I'm saying. So the new projects are going to be just about attacking the right now, the far right, or what we conceive as the right. And knowing who are their puppet handlers, who are their operators, and what type of propaganda identify it. Okay, later.